What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry, and this is Let's Open Some Toys. I took a break last week on live streaming, mostly because I was putting together these two dressers that are behind me, and we were finishing up the display cabinets in the dining area. So that project is mostly done. Mostly done. Very little has to be done left on it. And as you can see, I got the Ultimate's Thunder Tank and Ultimate's Party Wagon sitting out. Plus my HasLabs are moved down here and stuff. So I'm also been trying to mess around with some settings, figuring out so I can have a second camera, and I think I've figured it out. So without further ado, let's open some toys. And how I'm going to do this time, because normally I bring the camera down, we look down, we kind of do it that way, or I just have the camera up here. This time we are going to go and do something like this. I've got a camera set up over here. We're not opening this yet. This is just a placeholder. But that's one of the things we'll be opening tonight. So if you haven't read the description in the YouTube for this video or for this live stream, we are going to be opening up a lot of stuff. I got a few things in last week that obviously I didn't get to do. Besides, I just got some stuff in a couple days ago, like yesterday and today. So without further ado, we're going to start with some mainline stuff right here. We're going to start with this guy. I'm going to go ahead and zoom that. This is Orko, Masters of the Universe Origins Cartoon Collection. My banner's at. That's right. I wanted to have these up when I did this. And I was debating about turning this light off. Maybe that would work a little bit better. Yeah, I think that looks better. A bit more moody. But here we got Orko here. Take a close look at the packaging if you're not familiar with Origins. It's practically on a classic kind of look. It's got the She-Ra 40th anniversary sticker there. I will say hello to the chat. What's up, John? How's it going, brother? I hope you're doing fine. Just Saturday evening or afternoon, depending on where you're at. Take a close look at this so you can see the figure in the blister. All of his accessories. He has an extra head to make another character. You got the back here. You got the beautiful artwork. It tells you includes swappable Uncle Montork head. I guess that's how it's pronounced. And of course, he has his hero medallion and floating stand. And the other figures in the wave, Grizzlor and Fangman. My girlfriend actually picked this up for me because I don't have an Orko. See what. Okay. Oh, good, John. Almost fully recovered from COVID. Got a headache, though. Oh, I hope my new title wasn't too loud for you, brother. I actually just messed with that today. I hadn't messed with DaVinci Resolve in a while, and I had to relearn how to add stuff and mess around. So, nice. Yeah. But yeah, we got Orko here. You got your other stuff. You got your barcode if you're looking for this figure. Found this guy at my local Walmart, I believe, where they just came in stock a couple weeks or so back. I know they had a bunch of Fangmans and Grizzlors. Go ahead and pop him open. And the reason why I got him, I wanted him because, you know, the Thundercat Masters figures. I don't know how the audio is coming through because I don't have my camera kind of facing me. I hope it's picking up just fine. And as usual, if you're familiar with Masters of the Universe, it comes with a mini comic. Every figure in the wave will have the same mini comic. And of course, its instructions are kind of folded in. Got that there. Nothing on the other side, it's just blank. All that information. all the parts. It's removable parts. You can take off the hands, you can take off the head, the scarf, the hat, and the stand. Unlike other Origins figures, you cannot pop the arms off, apparently. Of course, let's go with the comic. On the back of the comic, just has the 3 figures and the wave. I'm not going to go through the full comic. That aside, and pull Orko out of here. We got him in this little ballistic thing, and he is clipped. And me without my little tools. I did not pull my tools out for this, fortunately. Fortunately, it's not like it's hard to get to. But there you are. The only why it took so long to get online, I was ordering pizza. Kind of let time slip by me as I was trying to get this all set up for tonight. I promised I'd order food, and I hadn't done it yet, so of course I waited to the last minute right before stream to do it. Here we go. We got our Orko right here. Just clean up all those little plastic bits. You see, heads. The top of the head with the ears. The ears are attached to the hat, which is really odd. So that turns on its own. It feels like it's on a ball peg. Yep. Double barbell. Hoping the camera's lagging a little bit, I can tell. So that's cool. It's a double barbell part, a ball peg. I can't even say it. For the hat. The hat is also a really soft plastic. Same with the ears, obviously the same part. I think I'm moving around too fast for it. So I'm gonna have some barbecue pork chops with rice for dinner. Oh, that's good, man. I love barbecue, but barbecue don't like me, man. It just hates me. Over articulation. It was like double barbell on the head for the hat. Double barbell. It seems like all around Orko for the main head. This piece is the scarf is a separate piece. You got full rotation and a hinge on the shoulder, a hinge at the elbow, and a rotation there, swivels there, plus a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. And there is no feet, but you do have this, which turns as well for some odd reason. I don't know why you would need it to turn. Not so much this part, it's a little T shape. So it plugs right in one direction. So that's cool. Orko comes with his, as the package says, his hero medal. Try to make sure I'm at the right part of the camera. It says hero on it. Nicely designed. I like the plastic on it. Kind of gold yellow. With the little swirly bits. Nicely molded. So that's cool. So this is going to go really well with that whole thing. Pop that off. Pop the metal on right there. I'm not going to swap out his head. I'm going to try to get this hat back on. There we go. It seems odd that the hat moves on its own like that with his ears. Kind of odd. So there is Orko himself with his nose. Kind of sticks out a little bit. It's kind of odd. Yeah. Let's go and get his alternate head, which is odd that it had to have two. It's 2 parts. So it's got the square eyes for this part. You see where the plugs in at, and then you got the beard with the scarf piece. So if you just wanted to change this part out, you could without the beard. Pretty neat. So there's that extra bit. But yeah, so of course on the back you got the printing from the mold, what year, Mattel, all kinds of other stuff, where it made from. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, what does John say? I got crackle, medium, and laser iridescent medium for when I want to custom the Oron and the red thread for the one. Oh, cool. I'm gonna give her hair. Oh, that'd be cool. Actually, when we get back to doing the model again, after the last model build stream, John, there was an incident with the kit. Somehow, I broke one of the yellow antenna parts off. So I got to figure a way to fix that. Seen some videos online, but I'm trying to figure out a way to fix that to where I can get make it seem like it's seamless, like it wasn't broken. So I kind of got it all put away in a little baggie so I wouldn't lose the part in the box. So yeah, that was a fun incident. Yes, it is odd. Okay, so next figure. So that was Orko. Let's go to our next figure. We're going to continue with the MOTU Origins line, but with the Wave first figure in Wave 2 that I want to look at, which is the MOTU ThunderCats or X Cross ThunderCats He-Man. Kind of glare on him. There he is. You see his packaging, but it has the same kind of exploding ones like from the basic Origins line. Yeah, we were looking. I think I found a plastic cement I want to use. I just hadn't picked it up yet. Luckily, it didn't look like there was any stress. It almost seemed like I cut it somehow, and I don't know how. Normally you would see some kind of stress for the break. It was such a clean break. So I don't know. So yeah, we were ever at not Hobby Lobby. We were at Michael's the other day, and we were kind of looking at it because we were getting ideas. So I get more into toy photography, and I kind of got stuck in the one aisle. So you see the blue exploding rock. You got your Masters of the Universe, ThunderCats, He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. I'm sorry if I sound congested. I had just now started feeling a little congested. You got the beautiful artwork on the back. The most powerful man on third Eternia finds kindred spirits among the heroic ThunderCats. So see them all battling. Mumra there. And of course, all the stuff on the back. Removable helmet and all that. And the other two figures in the wave. And again, like I said, they all come with a mini comic, and it'll be the same comic for the wave. As much as I don't think it's the same comic from the first wave. It doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and crack him open. Yeah. So we got mini comic here, and it does look like it's a different mini comic. I have to go grab it. Of course, the instructions of what parts to switch. So it looks like he's supposed to have his regular battle harness somewhere, unless you already have it. But there's parts you can take off and parts you can keep. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's an additional thing in here. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out when I get them out of the package. Of course, the power The Power Sword of Omens is what the book is called. Oh yeah, definitely a different comic. So it's like part 2 in it, but it's probably the end of it. So I don't know if we're getting any more figures in this, but there's so many other characters they could do, but we have a Skeletor. We'd like to see a regular version of Skeletor instead of the Skeletor version. Plus, obviously, the Thunder Kittens, Wily Kitten, Wily Cat. If I can get that to move. I'm trying to nip these and doesn't want to nip. Why are you being a pain today? Oh, come on. So I get for turning the main light off, I guess. There we go. I think that was all the things I needed to clip off. Oh, hit the camera. Oh yeah, there is a battle harness. It's back behind him. Oh, we got his strap. Of course it's strapped. See, when I thought I had it all, I missed the strap on the sword. Let's see if I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So we got his Power Sword of Omens. Here was the first thing I could get out of the package. If the camera will... There we go. One side is the eye. The other side is the ThunderCat logo. Nice little amalgamation, if I can say the words. I swear I can speak. And see, I thought there wasn't any peg snips here. I think to snip off. Yep, there we go. Now I'm going to all the way out. Yeah, there we go. Here's He-Man. In this kind of ThunderCat Eternian armor. Cool. Should I really like the breastplate on him with some extra little wraps. Got a place for the sword to be stored or stowed, how you want to call it. Like so. But he does have his normal traditional battle harness, so that's cool. So that's going to be neat to put back on. Or I think that's the top side. I think. If it connects the same way, that should be the top side. And it just should just unplug. No additional hands. But if you watch the last live stream unboxing with the Wave 1, God, I'm congested. It's really easy to take the parts off. First, you just gotta pop the head off with a double barbell, lift it up. You can also just pop off at the waist. It can come off. Not sure how the strap's supposed to come off. I think you just pop the leg off, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna pop the leg off at the moment. Just take the other battle harness here. There we go. That goes there. Yeah, that goes around there. Maybe on camera. And get it to go. It's a little bit tight. I might have to heat this up a little bit. Trying to get that to line up. It is getting there. Am I getting it? Yeah, I know it needs to be a tight fit, but geez, this feels like it's overly tight. Real pain in the butt to get this on. There we go. Get it? Yep. I'm not gonna worry about taking the leg off to get the straps off or the ones off the arm. So now I finally have an Origins size He-Man to go with my Origins Castle. So that's cool. I still need to find the 40th anniversary Masters of the Universe Skeletor figure, so I can go with my 40th anniversary He-Man. I do like the added stuff on this whole setup. And of course, articulation is the same as the other MOTU figures. You know, removable arms, just pop them right off like that, so you can interchange them with other characters. You got the swivel at the elbow, one hinge, really locks in too. Got the swivel at the wrist. This has a vertical hinge. Vertical hinge. So you can aloft his sword. And call on the power. Get it in his hand. I know I keep doing things off camera. There we go. Like so. By the power of Grayskull, Thundercats, ho! See that turned. There we go. See, that's kind of cool. I will probably take the straps. I don't know. I might put the other armor on. Yeah, so that pull out this little helmet here. And apparently, that just sits over top of his existing hair, so you don't have to take it. No separate hair piece for He-Man. So you got that going. Kind of looks kind of funny with the normal battle harness, if you ask me. But oh yeah, so and then go through the rest of the articulation. Obviously, there's a waist swivel, connection point. Got your bar belt, ball joint here at the hip. Single jointed knee, a swivel at the knee. Even swivel at the boots because the boots are also removable. Plus ankle rocker. Get your peg holes in case that's how you want to go. So yeah, there we go. That is our He-Man from Masters of the Universe X ThunderCats. So that's first figure in Wave 2. So I really enjoyed that guy. He's cool. I can't wait to get the rest of these guys open. I keep knocking into the camera. Clean off the desk. Clean off the mat. So we get to our second figure in Wave 2 of the Masters of the Universe ThunderCats. Go back to my banners. Nope, that's not who we're doing. We're doing Tigra next. Mostly because he was the second one on the card, so my boy Tigra, heroic Thunderian scientist. He's got all different types of parts you can see just laying about to make him look like his standard Thundercat. Box got a little bit damaged, but that was okay. I'm throwing these away. Again, beautiful artwork. It's like we'll probably get a version of Panther, not Panthro, but Panther, which is Skeletor's cat at a later date. Hopefully, we'll get that Wave 3, and we'll get to see him. But yeah, also that has the removable mask helmet thing. I'm going to open him up. Yep. There's the same comic. That same comic that came with He-Man. And the little instructions show you what parts are removable, even though he comes with all this other stuff on except for the mask. It doesn't have that stuff on him. You know, it doesn't say this part's removable, it's sitting in the box. So yeah, so it's extra boots, change out. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably the more annoying part, is taking those off to switch them. Put the feet. So nothing else in the box. And we got our Panthro. Get my handy little tool. Got the snip snip. Get these little tie thingies off. Snip snip. Let's see, do I got it all this time? Every time I think I do, I don't. I know there's this one right here. I'm really trying to be cautious. There we go. You know what I should do? I haven't done, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't put on any music. I don't think we need some music. What about you? Let's go into here. Go. Let's go. No, let's do this one. I like this one. We could do dance pop. I do like this one a bit, but not that one is what I use for my title, so we're not going to need that. Yeah, we'll just do lo-fi here. Yeah, let's do that. I'm trying to keep track of all my goings on. Let's get Tiger out of the box here. Take a close look at him. He's got this kind of translucent green armor. It's a very pliable type of plastic. He's got his elbow pad and a little strap on the other arm, which I believe could be removable. It doesn't say they are. He's got them on his legs here. Got a nice little tempo there on the belt. Closer look at the face. Face looks good. I need to lower that a bit, maybe. Let's see. That's as low as it's gonna go. Alright. Again, articulation's the same as the others. Double ball barrel at the head. Waist swivel. Very tight hinge. The armor slightly hinders it going upward. Obviously, it's going to hinder it moving around. You have this armor piece on. Single jointed elbow, which are really tight on this guy at the moment. Swivel at the elbow. And obviously swivel at the wrist. But he has two horizontal hinges opposed to vertical. So just going in and out opposed to up and down. And barbell at the hip. Keep hitting the camera, shaking. Got the hinge at the ankle. Rocker, which is really kind of loose on this guy compared to the other ones. This one's got a bit of detent to it. This one, not so much. And of course, swivel at the boot because the boot does come off. With a little bit of paint rub there on his right knee, or right shin. See the back of him right here. One claw's kind of askew. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but odd. Like he's already fully dressed. He's one of the few Thundercats that actually wears actual pants. So that's our height right here. Let's see if I can't get him to stand up. That was easy enough. For accessories, he has his boa whip, which is all with a string. And these parts looks like this part is all wired, so you can move these around a little bit. You can see they're plastic. I can't really tell. Must be plastic. But they're soft and movable. This is all string here. Got a translucent kind of orangish yellow handle for it. That's his main weapon. You have his little face mask. Very Mandalorian Darth Revan looking, and it just like it's supposed to just plug onto his face like so. Yeah, there we go, Panther. What we got going on? Yeah, Tiger's one of my favorite characters too. My favorite Thundercat though is Bengali. I hope we get the new Thunderians as well, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. For other accessories, we got his little tunic piece to go over when you take off his armor to make him look like his normal self. Plus, boot bits swap out so he can have his standard Thundercat look. And just like I did in the last stream, Wave 1, we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and remove all of his armor parts. His head's a little loose on here. But that barbell's a little wobbly. It looks like He-Man, just pop that off. Pop off the waist. And go ahead and pop this arm. Probably easier I could pop the arm off first. We'll pop that arm off. That way we can just slide that to the bottom and over. Get back on camera. And luckily it's kind of molded so it's just like a glove onto that. And pop his arm back in the side. Wrist bracelets, because he does not wear wrist bracelets normally. We're making him look like regular Tigra. That's the upper half of his body, right there. So far, he looks like a standard Thundercat. Now we're gonna pop off the loincloth on that end. Pop off that. Slide those off. There we go. Now they are marked, so you can't get confused. This one's for the right leg. It has the R on it. I don't know if you can see it. And get it in the camera. There it is. So you can see the R. So now that's going to go on the right leg. That on. There's the left one. Double check, make sure it didn't give me a double. Yep, it was left. Go for that. Now we're just gonna pop the feet off. The other boots. Pop them on. There we go. I wish I would have been sitting down for this. That on. There we go. And now we can put them back together. And there we have our more classic looking Tigra. My camera to catch up. There we go. I'm going to stand up now. I gotta readjust his feet. Jeez, I think the kids are on the network, picking up my wireless network. So the phone's having a bit of time keeping itself in. So yeah, we've got all the extra bits. Now we have our classic looking Tigra. Depending on how I want to, photo or take photos of them. Then determine the look, what kind of story I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to get into more of that kind of stuff. Trying. I haven't done anything yet because I've been trying to get everything else opened. We got Tigra. Alright. So he's now been looked at. He's pretty cool. Just like all the other ones. So far I've been happy with this new line from Mattel. Clean off my mess, and we'll go on to the last figure in Wave 2 of the MOTU X ThunderCats. Now we're looking at our boy Panthro, Heroic Thunder. Oh god, if I can read it. Heroic Thunderian Battlemaster. It should say mechanic too, but they don't. His box is all kind of banged up. Doesn't want to sit up straight. Insane, wonderful artwork. We are used to seeing from Mattel's Masters of the Universe line, especially on the back. Like he's fighting Triclops. And I can't. This is his armor. So maybe we'll get a Triclops and a Panther in the next wave. Here's hoping. I don't think I actually brought up your comment though, John. Yes, Tiger does look cool. I think I said something, but I didn't bring it up. And of course, Heroic Thunderian Battlemaster plug mace into arm. So it's like kind of our man-at-arms at this point. That's how his armor kind of looks like. That's really cool. Rip him open. And again, same comic as the other two figures. And of course, inside the comic was his little instruction pamphlet. It shows you the parts that are removable on our Panthro. Right there in the tray. I don't know, it feels like it just takes me forever to get these plastic nibs snipped off. I'm just looking at quite a bit. Some of these are a pain in the butt to get to. I think the music helps with the screen. I really do. This is my sanity. Doesn't feel quiet. I'm trying. Come on. Besides the axe thing here. This to nib off. One thing I like about from the other figure lines I collect, they just use twist ties. But can't throw out first. This foot's all kind of wonky. Here we got Panther with his Eternian armor pieces all over him. Got this nice little face mask, kind of gold mustard. Not really mustard, more like what kind of gold am I thinking of? Kind of butterscotch kind of gold. Oh, see, and he's already popped off at the waist. And he had to pull at him. I don't know if that makes me happy or sad. He popped off so easy. There we go. We got our old Panthro there. Again, articulation's the same, so I'm not going to go through it all. But the mask just goes right over his ears. Pretty cool. Love the design. Panther looks really mean. Look at that. He did a great job on that placement. This stuff might be a little bit easier to take off too if I wanted to. We won't go over that right now. See his little arm piece here. We got the mace out. He just plugs right onto that. Now, I'm going to say this, when I first saw these pictures, I felt like his forearms were so long. But maybe just because this piece goes out so far and he's actually holding on to it. So, his elbow does not seem to want to move all that well. There we go. There we go, now we got it moved. Yeah. So there's slow. I gotta fix his legs. He's all kind of wonky. Trying to get the rest of his stuff out. We saw the mask. Still trying to get this battle axe piece off. Nunchuck with a really pliable plastic. Yeah, the handles are super pliable. Very rubbery on his nunchucks, but it's plastic chain, fully chained up too. Every length piece. I really do wish they would have done metal though. Kind of sad they didn't. So we got our. Now we got a mace and his nunchucks. Get the stand. He can't do this. Legs and knees are all over the place. There he is. See if I can't get the rest of these bits nipped off here. Which is odd because he actually has his regular boots on and not his Thunderian boots. That's the first. He has everything else on him. It's supposed to be Thunderian except for his boots. His boots are the standard Thundercat boots. So odd. Yes, he's very Man-at-Arms looking, inspired. But yes, he didn't have his Masters of the Universe, so it'll be easier to change out of this mode into his standard. So I won't have to worry about taking that arm off, but this, we'll go ahead and pop that off here. Let's pop his head off, pop the waist off. Get that off. Pop the leg off here. Let me. Oh, it's gonna be a pain, isn't it? Okay, well the foot armor just clips on, so I don't even have to pull the leg off with that. These are going to be the easiest to transform into standard Thundercat. Take that off. Pop the head back on. That back on. Again, I'm not satisfied with how that waist is not clicking though. We'll go ahead and take that off. Slide that off. And pop Panthero's arm back on, and now we have our more traditional looking Panthero. If I can't talk, what is wrong with me tonight? There we are. Standard looking Thundercat. His nunchucks in his hands. Again, his wrists are just like Tigra. He doesn't have the horizontal hinge, just has the vertical. I mean, no, he has the horizontal hinge, no vertical hinge. Vertical will be lifted up and down, horizontal will be left and right. Right? I guess it just depends on where you plug it. But yeah, he has the in-out hinges on him. So we gotta see. It keeps popping off at the waist, so easy. That one's giving me some concern though for this version. And again, his belt, I didn't even have to take off his lower half. I could just unplug it. So he's a bit different in construction. Same with his battle harness here. It unplugs here. So get them all battle ready looking. And get to stand now. There we go. That's Panthero looking all menacing. And he just fell over. Yeah, this camera's got a bit of lag on it, so you probably didn't get to see him fall over. So there we go. That is Panthero. Man, my mouth is getting dry. So, Master of the Universe, Origins, Cross, ThunderCats, Panthro from Wave 2. All three are really cool looking. You know, we're not done with this stream yet. Come on. Stand the way I had you, Panthro. He does not want to stand for me right now. He's not going to. He does not want to stand at all. Just help me out, Panthro. And of course, we got E-Man. We're going to take off his helmet there. I would bring in the other ones, but they're in the other room. I did not have them pre-ready for this. So there we go. ThunderCats, or Master of the Universe X, or Cross ThunderCats, however you want to say it. Cool line. Really enjoyed these things so far. Really looking forward to another wave if they announce it. I was actually really surprised that these came in so fast after the first wave. Alright, so let's clean all this up so we can get into our next figure unboxing. Let me see if I got all this out of the way. Clean all these up, man. I'm gonna have to sweep, vacuum in here. So many little strips, so many little nibs. If you guys have collected any of these, what do you all like about them so far? Or what are your nitpicks? Love to hear your all's comments. There we go. That's what your thoughts are. Leave them in the comments later on if you're watching this on the rewind. Man, I'm just congested. Alright, so that was Panthro. Like that. Well, next though is a line that I was introduced to by Brick something on YouTube and Instagram on one of his live streams a few weeks or so back, probably about a month or so. And this is for a line that was on the Kickstarter. Now, this isn't the AWOC. I don't have any new AWOCs yet. Series 2 has not started shipping yet. I know that it's getting close, so it's getting part of those in. But right now, this is Legends of the Ramayan. Hanuman. I'm very bad at pronunciation, I swear. And he had showed these figures. He's had these first wave of figures in. I went ahead and went all in with wave 1 and 2 on the Kickstarter. The backer kit thing just finished like a little while ago. I opted to get the wave 1 in now, get the wave 2 later, because there are a lot more figures. So here we have Hanuman. Got the beautiful bio here of Hanuman. There's like two different ones. There's that one. That's not the bio of Hanuman. That's a Ramayan. So here's the Hanuman bio on the back. There we go. But it's very beautiful artwork. And if you're not familiar with this line, Four Horsemen helped in the sculpting of these figures and the manufacturing of these guys. But the studio or the company ran by really just one guy. And it is called the Hero. Oh man, I can't pronounce that. I apologize to the guy who created this line. I know these figures are amazing looking. I can't wait to open this guy up. So let's do that. And this line is based off of Indian, Hindu, like tales, mythos as well. Trying to do a billion things at once. Hopefully everyone's waiting for the pizza. I don't even know if it got delivered yet. So he's pulling up. I hope he's paying attention to that. Because they were all playing Fortnite and she gets easily distracted. So anyway. Got Hanuman here. Did I cut it open yet? Yes, I did. Alright. Oh, we got a lot of stuff in here. We need to go over the bottom of the box. Also gets the warning, just like all other Four Horsemen figures, to warm it up. Got a comic attached to this guy too. That's cool. Actually, I do think I remember Rick mentioning this. Interviewing a guy during Kickstarter. Get it out. Beautiful backing for the inside of the box. Love that. Comic, the mighty Mythoss. Yeah, like, you know, they're gods and heroes, like, yeah, some like Indian Hindu characters of their own mythos, their own, you know, kind of like Ganesha or Ganesha. Am I pronouncing it right? You know, yeah, they're gods and stuff. And the guy who did this also, he drew all this. The guy who runs this company made these characters, these figures, started this company. He's done other comic work. I can't tell you what at the top of my head. But he's done all this, taught himself how to draw comics. He was already a writer, just so he could do his own stuff like this. And the artwork is really well done. So that's cool. Look at that, nice little sketch there. I like it's not super many of a mini comic, but this is issue 1, so that's cool. I like that. That tray. Got the knife. I love it when they do stuff like this with the extra little plastic that seals them in, instead of taping them all down. You got looks like a bendable tail for our hero, a bunch of extra hands for posing, and a big mace type weapon. I mean, this part is twist tied in both into the bottom, but and then we got the figure himself in the tray. Give me one moment. I gotta take care of something real. What toppings did we get? One pizza has chicken, tomato, bacon, and spinach on it. And the other is this pepperoni and sausage. But it's the Domino's stuffed crust for that one. Plus a 32-piece garlic bread bites it just came out with. So, yeah. That was what we got. But give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. See, right as I was heading out to sea, she said pizza had arrived. I wasn't sure if she was paying any attention. All right. Thank you, sweetie. There we go. We got Hanuman. Let me sit down a bit. I'm standing to do this. Hurting my back a little bit. So unlike the Four Horsemen, they use twist ties to tie him down. This guy. I love you, honey. Thank you. All right. And yes, it is delicious. Typically, we get our local place from time to time, but they're a bit more expensive. So I just went Domino's. But yeah, we got John says hi. Chaos. That's cool. But yeah, Legends of Ramayan. Look, these guys are available on Big Bad Toy Store. I did not save a link. I did not put anything in the description. But if you're interested in these guys, you should be able to find these on Big Bad Toy Store. The only place I know of to get it at the moment, I don't know if they're on Entertainment Earth or not. But I do remember seeing this guy on Big Bad Toy Store. There might be some other places. I got his hat here, or helmet. Very Indian in design, very Hindu-ish. I don't know if that's a phrase I should be using, or whatever. He has a face plate and an extra hairpiece here. Go ahead and get him nipped out of the box here. A lot of little ties on him. Oh, come on. These are being a little bit of a pain to nip off. There's a lot of them. And if I haven't said before, I like to thank the regulars who do come on here and anyone new that shows up in the stream. It's really appreciated. I'm glad you found me. I don't do anything really different. I don't think as anybody else, but I tried. Try my best. And I'm still trying to get used to all these programs and stuff. What's up, JF? Melon? How's it going? Ooh. There we go. Trying to get this guy unclipped from here so I can actually get him out of the box. Here, well, it doesn't show up in my thing here, dear. Here is the link. Did you text it to me? I can't really see that. See, I need to give you access, Trish, so you can go in and like put it up the links and stuff for these things. You know, want to like moderate and add the links and stuff. Eventually, I'll get to that point after getting that set up. It does not want to put them on. There we go. I think I got them all unclipped. There we go. No, could be one around the wrist. Here we got Hanuman. Right. That looks amazing. It's really tall. For comparisons, here is the one we just looked at. That's just a search for Mythic Legions. Like I said, the link didn't show up because he's not a Mythic Legion, but here's the scale. Got knocked down by He-Man. This guy's pretty tall. He's around, I think he's supposed to be around like 7 inches or so. Hair pieces. Got his little helmet, and that just sits right on his head like so. Yeah, got that going. He has one face sculpt, extra face sculpt. I'm trying not to cut myself with this thing. Here we have a little extra face sculpt, more of a kind of sneering kind of look. There we go. I have a different hair piece for the back. Just interesting. I wonder how that works. Should just unplug from the back here. Yeah, just plugs like that. So now you have more of a action, kind of swooping down kind of action there on the head. That's cool. Let's look at the paint deco on this guy. There's a lot of beautiful shading, all on his fur. Got the pauldrons that plug into the back, just like if you're familiar with Mythic Legion figures. Luckily, he does not have that other hole in the back. But his head's here, double barbell in the head. Oh wow, he can just get full range. You definitely make it look like he's flying around, or swinging in other directions. I just pop that hair piece back off. Let's put the standard one on there. Let's get that back. There we go. So obviously with the other hair piece, he can't move nearly as far. It doesn't really look far down. Base plate comes off, should come off just as easy. I think the back comes off a lot easier. There's a little hinge here on this little piece here for his belt. It's got diaphragm cut. A nice range. Goes back pretty far. That's nice. Doesn't like there's any left or any wiggle in the waist. But he has. I do need to heat him up. I'm afraid to move his arms because they're kind of stiff. I need to heat him up a little bit later. What is that? Odd. Oh, see if I just knock the camera. There we go. Okay. Back to his articulation, because I'm getting distracted by looking at him. This piece is plugged in, separate piece. That I should not be looking at them because there is a sale and I want some of the Mythic Legions or of this guy, because there's only these two guys. The other ones haven't came out. They're not in stock. Save your money, honey. We're going to Legends Con in November. You know, we can. Okay, let's take a look more at his articulation. We got the standard kind of barbell over here for the legs, for the thighs. There is a slight bit of rotation. There is there is a tie cut, looks like, but really kind of tight. So I'm gonna have to heat that up because it doesn't like it really wants to move. Can't barely even tell that it's there. Yes. His knees are double jointed, so it's one of the very few things Four Horsemen is not known for doing a lot of double jointed figures, on the knees at least. But it's got some really good range. Does not quite kick his own butt, but knees on him are a little bit loose. So yeah, this guy, he's got really kind of loose knees, so there's a way to fix that. Got these nice little bracelets around his ankles. And removed. Of course, you got the rocker and hinge at the foot, ankle. Big old feet. It was great because that means he should stand up, and he's gonna look really cool next to Ganesha. That's him. Orko's kind of in my way. Move Orko. Okay. Other bits for him. We already looked at that. Put his helmet back. Right. Of course, you got the other tray of his other accessories. Fix his foot. He'll stand now. There we go. And like I said, I got a tail that I've yet to put on him. Here. Got a hinge here, but it's very pliable. It's by a little hole. Which means there's a bendy wire in here, so you can get it really posed off really nice. And that just plugged in. Yeah, it's not his helmet right here. There we go. I hope I got it in there all the way. That's what she said. Anyway, it's a nice bendy tail. You can kind of pose it any which way you want. You got the hinge. There it is. See, I knocked his helmet off. It's over here by the door. I don't know if I can reach it with my... There we go. Let me know how the audio is, because I can't tell if y'all can hear me all that well. Because the mic is coming from the camera that's not on me. So I don't know how well that's coming through. So each side of the tray has his hands. You get the opposite ones. One's his left side, one's his right side. The right side is all twist tied shut though for some odd reason. I guess that big mace was not really twist tied, it's still clip pieces. Good, good. I'm always concerned because I can never hear myself. On OBS, I can at least monitor it a little bit before I go live to make sure everything's working properly. On this, I'm sure there's a way to do it. Kind of is off. I mean, I could always swap to the mic on the other camera, but I don't really want to do that. There we go. So leave here all of his hands. And his additional weapon. We got this big old club, slightly pliable. Got really nice sculpting on it. My camera can just keep up with it. There we go. Almost like it's a separate piece, but I don't think you can pull that off. You do have a pair of, because he has the kind of more flared out hand that comes in the package. You got a pair of up and down hinged gripping hands. Got a pair of the lateral hinge, or whatever hinge, the left and right hinge gripping hands. Got a pair of fists. Just gonna come through it all. And a pair of really kind of flat out, I guess you're kind of maybe kind of Superman-like hands-ish. Yeah. There we go. And then another pair of kind of more like aggressive, kind of scratching or attacking hands. So that's really cool. And of course, we can't have our hero without having our villain. I'm going to move some of his stuff out of the way. It'd be really hard to infuse these parts. The helmet does not want to stay on all that well. It just sits there. Alright, I'll move that out of the way. We'll go to his arch nemesis, I would assume. Bali. Get myself back over here so I can get his actual banner up. There we go. Legends of the Ramayan. Bali, I guess this is how it's pronounced. I don't know. But it's a very similar sculpt. I think it's actually the same sculpt, just in black. So we have our arch nemesis of our hero here, Hanuman. And go ahead and check out that nice artwork on the front. And of course, the story of the Ramayan and Prince Rama on an epic quest of honor and bravery, and justly banished from the kingdom. He is the rightful heir to Rama, has 3 pillars: his beloved wife Sita, and his devoted brother Laksamana, and the undyingly loyal Hanuman. So I'm not going to go over the whole rest of that story, but you know, you're all welcome to read that. That's like the main bio of the world. And of course you have his bio. Again, I'm not going to read it. You can always just pause this later. Mostly because I'm congested for some odd reason. I don't know, whenever I need to talk, it's when I can't really talk or breathe out my nose. Let's cut that open. Again, very nice artwork. All the nice, cool stuff here. Warning, avoid breakage, make sure you're heating it up. Which I will be doing that so I can make sure I get some really cool poses. Again, the insert's really nice. Got a beautiful purple one on this one compared to the first one, which was blue, but it looks like the same design. We got him and his tray with his really angry face there. And his accessories look like it's exactly the same, except for no crown. And yes, it is the same comic that came with Hanuman. So hopefully we'll get a continuation of this story with the Wave 2 figures, just like Masters of the Universe with their little mini comics. Every wave is a different one. So I'm not going to take this one out of the plastic. Again, the artwork is very nicely done. Really enjoy it. And here's his tray, exactly the same as Hanuman, except for, you know, different color to match him. Same Gindi type of tail. So it's just, you know, same sculpt, just some different parts. We're gonna click him out of here. And you think I'm just trying to be super cautious so I don't cut the figure. There we go. Come on. I'm trying to find that loose spot to make these. I think I got them all. I think so. Yes. Alright. Looks good. Molly. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing these right. If you know if I'm pronouncing these right, let me know. And again, yeah, he looks practically the same, except for instead of pauldrons, he has this nice little overpiece here on his shoulders with his nice little necklace, sneering face. Try to get a closer look at that. Look at his one eye. Got a nice scar on there. The sculpting on these guys are really cool. I really enjoy these. Again, single jointed elbows. Got the bicep swivel, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist with the hinge. You guys have a removable face plate. No extra hair piece with him. Hanuman. See how well this is gonna pop off. You can. There we go. Get that off. It's really, really angry one on here. Oh, there we go. There he is. Come on, camera, keep up. That's why I need a second wired camera. There it is. Kinda, I guess. I mean, it's just easier, you know, to have an intense, you know, a bad guy that practically looks the same. Yeah, or his Negaduck to his Darkwing. You know, Negaduck to him being Darkwing. So like Darkwing Duck, Negaduck. That's another way. Or Superman, Bizarro Superman, I guess, but maybe not quite. But he looks really cool. I love the detailing, love the paint. I mean, Four Horsemen knocks it out of the park every time they do a figure anyway. So you see, I'm gonna open up here, you see what those plugs are for those little shoulder armor pieces, pauldrons that are on Hanuman. Yeah, definitely gonna have to heat these guys up. But like I said, I'm not gonna open up this other tray because the exact same pieces, got the bendy tail that plugs in to his back there. We'll get to that at another point. But try to get both figures in the shot though. Because the next part, because there's one more piece from this wave 1 of this line. That's not a figure. There was only 2 figures, but there was an accessory pack. And I don't remember what was in the accessory pack. So, let's get to that thing. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna bring it up because I didn't bring up your comment, but I did read it. Yeah, so it's kinda, as you can kind of see. Pull that up. Go ahead. I keep knocking the cable for the camera so it doesn't die on me. Ah. Then we got this. Series 1, the Mighty. I can't read that for some odd reason. Oh, I can't even get it on here. But yeah, this is the accessory pack for Legends of the Ramen. Here's this Legends of Ramayan. Legends of the Ramayan. Yawn. If I can even read today. Ugh. The funniest thing about me is I have the worst pronunciation skills. Oh, dude, I didn't even click the right banner. I still have it on the villain there. There we go. Yes, that's what we want. Legends of Ramayan accessory pack. It says it on there. There. Of course, you got the bad guy there on the back. The same kind of bio about the story of the world. Artwork of Hanuman there. Just who's designed it. And there you go. Let me just bring that up. They keep forgetting Four Horsemen does this on all their stuff. They put everyone on here who sculpted it, who the designer is, packaging design. Nate Birch, who does a lot of the Four Horsemen stuff. So not surprising. Got all this box artwork. Here we go. I'll open this up. And I don't remember what's all in here. I don't think it's a lot. I think it's... it probably is a lot. Leave that box out of it. And here's what we got. We got a giant tail that he can sit on. for Hanuman. Isn't that interesting? And I just knocked Mala off. And knock him over anyway. There we go. And this thing is twist tied in by copious amounts of twisties. Two really large ones. I'm gonna make me want to cut these off because I think I had a problem with one of these on a Four Horsemen figure. I probably am. I'm probably just gonna nip this off because I just don't want to have to sit here untying it. Yeah. That was so much easier. So we got this big tail feet. I'm not going to attempt to use this on him right now, only because I need to heat up his joints. But that's not the only part that comes with this accessory kit. We have a nice little light stand base, it looks like. We got the rod here. That looks like it just plugs into that base. All nicely covered in plastic to keep it from getting scratched. And they're all nicely wrapped in bubble wrap. We have extra pieces here. Like another kind of more flight or sitting. I guess it would help him sit on here better. You have his like legs crossed. For a little part of his tunic. And you got this little piece. I guess that plugs in somewhere. I'm not really sure. It's very interesting. So, I don't think there's anything in here. No instructions. I really just don't understand. I'll have to go look. I know they're somewhere, but you got the little roots here at the bottom. But which one? This is an accessory pack. There's no figures. It's just so tied up. Are you talking about the one I had? I think it was. Might have been the. No, it was the dragon. The dragon was the one that was kind of tied the same way. Kind of like tied into each other after it was already wrapped up quite a bit. Almost kind of knotted. There's so much little bubble wrap. So, yeah, so we got this clear acrylic rod. We got this piece here that has a hole at the bottom. You got the little roots, the pieces, and then you got this, but I'm not really sure how that works. Obviously this should be able to fit into there. It's really tight. But I just plug that into here. Is it supposed to support the weight so it looks like he's throwing it and not have to? It has to be, right? It's not wanting to plug in there. I mean, you do like that, I guess. So that's kind of neat. So that's all the wave one of the Legends of Ramayan, with the accessory pack. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the Kickstarter for wave 2, all the wave 2 stuff to come in. These things were already in production before the Kickstarter ended. So he said there were going to be a really quick turnaround rate. So there was an option to pick these up at Legends Con for the shipping, and I was like, I don't know, man. The way things are going, I don't think they're going to be available at Legends Con. I'm not going to be able to go to other cons. So I was like, no, we'll just go ahead and just ship Wave 1 to me now, and I'll get Wave 2 whenever you all get it. You want to ship it to me then. So that is all of that line. But we're not finished tonight. We are not finished tonight. There we go. We still have a lot more figures to unbox. Just kind of go back to this camera for a moment. Man, I'm just congested. We've been on for an hour and a half, and I was like, hey, maybe you all want to see my face again. Maybe. I don't know why anyone wants to look at this mug. But anyway, I'll move some of these guys out of the way. Because we still have a lot more figures. Now, obviously, if you were at the beginning of the stream, I'm not going to take this out of the box yet. But we do have the Mythic Legions Head Pack 1. Now, let me bring the banner off of here. I did not take that off. But we won't be opening this. We won't be taking these out because I'm actually got this pack because I have plans when I do the Armory experience. Oh yeah, what was this? The Mythic Legions Head Pack 1, which at this point I think I do have everything from this initial wave. Like everything on the back of this package that's pictured here. Yeah, here we go. I don't have a reverse. I now have all these guys. I have the horse. I have him on the horse. This is the next guy we're gonna open. The Swig. I have her, him, and of course I have the head pack. I don't remember if there's anything else in this wave, but these are kind of cool. I really wanted these extra heads because I do plan on getting the white barbarian body, so I can use this head on. Even though I do have one vampire Legends figure. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to move the rest of these out of the camera. Their camera, so we can go into the next figure. Oh, I got so many things. I think I should have planned this a little bit better. You think I'd learn by now? I have to put them on top of something I still need to open. I'm also trying not to unplug my headphones. So many little plastic nibs. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the figure cam. As soon as I get this thing out of my phone. I don't want to break anything. These things aren't cheap. Alright, so that was the head pack 1. We're not gonna get it, just open it up yet. But we're going to go into back to the other camera. And I can remember what I'm doing. There we go. We're looking at Mythic Legions Swig. Now, I think it was the last Legends Con. They had a hashtag going around, 1,000 Swigs to Legends Con, and they I think everybody, or at least a lot of people, brought their Swig figures or customized Swig figures, little goblins. That's what this guy is. It's kind of a neat little thing. Go ahead and just expand this out. There we go. Maximize that so it takes up the whole screen. But here we got Swig. Really cool figure. Already in the package, of course, on the side. Got his bio. See if it comes in clear enough. Doesn't like it's coming in all that clear on this camera. So I kind of want to minimize that. See if it comes up better on this. Yeah, it comes up a lot better. So if you're wanting to read this, you can pause this later if you're watching it on the rewind. We got Swig. They put all these new features I'm just now messing with. Bring them back out. Oh, I nipped my thumb? Oh, that was kind of hurt. Go ahead. I can see the comments. Of course, you got all this. Got the whole story here. And I really like these Mythic Legion boxes, even though I don't keep these boxes. I just love the fact that it's not taped together, and I can just do this. Just slide that out. That's it. It just slides right off. This might be a nightmare for retailers, but they figured out a way. Of course, in it we have his bag of accessories, extra little weapons and bits. Like looks like one pair of extra hands in the bag. Like every Mythic Legions figure has its little note of making sure that you heat up your joints before excessively messing with the figure. But here we got Swig in the tray. There we go. That's easier. Has a nice little staff. Really nicely painted. It looks like this part could. Yes. That part comes right off. That. Just pop that on. So, really cool. I think it's similar to that one female character I have. But this is going to be the first, I guess this is imp scale figure that I'll have at the moment until a couple other figures from the Horrors of Izamol wave. I got a few figures pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store because I missed out on the initial Four Horsemen pre-order. I didn't have the cash at the time. We were working a lot of overtime, but I didn't want to like just throw that on there. So I went ahead and just pre-ordered it off the Big Bad. Here we got our Swig out of the package. Again, I love the distress paint that they do on these guys. Man, look at that. Look at that plenum on him, man. They paint every rivet on this, and just the chainmail is on here underneath. Like you can really see. Looks really good. Got the loose belt here with all the pouches. Got a little part there. You can put something like a dagger. Something in there. Every bit. So I need a better separate camera. This was a first attempt at this. Trying to get this to work. This part is a very loose plastic. I hope it doesn't pop off like I know, John. These guys really do amazing work, and I've been really happy to get into this line. Got a wired soft goods lower tunic. It's probably the most bare plastic I've seen right here underneath the tunic. Good job, Brian. Who's Brian? Are you watching another stream? Are you getting confused? Are you in the wrong? I don't know. Did it say who will be on this figure? I'm pretty sure it's somewhere on the back here. We got Jeremy, Director of Marketing, da, 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 da. Yeah, these guys are really cool. Four Horsemen Studios, like I said, they do an amazing job. Look at that buckle right there. Even on the rubbery belt. Of course, you got all the ports. The Four Horsemen is known for. These circle ones are usually for the trims. The articulation of this guy, he's got a barbell, not barbell, he's got a ball jointed head, nice rotation. Got single hinge at the shoulder there, rotation, single jointed elbow with rotation. I'm worried this rubber one's going to come off like on the female characters I have. There is no swivel at the wrist, but there is, well, there is at the wrist, but not at the glove. But it has the and an out hinge. Kind of these really loose kind of grippy type hands. So those are more like posing type of hands. But you have this cool staff we saw. Oh. Okay. Yeah, these guys are great. And let's go ahead and open up a little baggie with all the accessories, and we can see what they were, but let's pull them all out. We got this nice kind of cleaver type sword. And really nice paint work. Got like it's the handle's a bone. It was like part of a leg, like someone's femur. Right there, this side where the ball go into socket. That's cool. Yeah, here's his gripping. He does have a pair of gripping hands. Same kind of hinges. No up and down hinges for him. We have this nice little dagger. Focus here. There we go. And it should comes right out. Very, very nicely sculpted, very nicely detailed. Got this little stuff here. And that should go right in this little pocket here. Little loop. Okay. I mean, he does have another belt, but it's not really a belt. Ah. You're ready to put it in. Maybe the clip part goes in there. There we go. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, that works. And of course, you got the over body belt. It also has a loop to store stuff on, like his big sword there, and his pauldrons. You just take them, you just plug these in. There we go. I just topped one of his hands off. You got worried there because the peg's kind of small. Maybe you think I accidentally snapped it or something. There we go. The femur is the strongest bone in the human body, so it checks out. Yeah. Yeah. Put this on here. Got one on. See if I can get this other pauldron in this. Yeah, usually once we get these on, they're really a pain in the butt to get back off. So there you go. See, and it came right off anyway, but I did not get it in there all the way. Thought I did. Struggles. Oh. There we go. I'm gonna pop this one off. There we go. That back in. And here we got Swig. In all of his glory. I mean, I could put it in this kind of loose fitting hand. You kind of just hold it kind of aloft. Like, he's not ready to attack you, but he's coming for you. He's armored. When you get this on, you just have to pop the head off. you might want to pull the armor out. And if you're not familiar with Mythic Legions, the figures are known to be easily customizable. You can pop and swap, so things pop off real easy. Obviously you got the pauldrons that are additional. Pop that off. Heads pop off real simple. Pull the arms out of the sockets, legs out of the sockets. Pretty much everything. You can just interchange it with pretty much almost everything. Oh, I will, brother, man. Nice seeing you hang out for a little bit. So got so many more figures to open. It's a long night of figure unboxing. We're already at hour 40, almost hour 42 minutes in. So there we go. Mythic Legions. Swig. I couldn't tell you what wave this was. What series this was. I wish it would just focus. I mean, it looks good on this end, but I can tell not coming in all that well. Right, John. Yes. So that's all of Swig. I'm going to put his stuff, little bits, back in this little bag so I don't lose them. I already got everything else all kind of scattered everywhere, and I don't want to mix it all up. There we go. So that is Swig. I know there's only 2 other Mythic Legions figures, which has been like the talk of the Mythic Legions community. Let me get off this banner thing here. I got too many things on my mouth now. I'm like moving everything around. So yeah, my camera got all jacked. There we go. Alright, so next we got 2 more Mythic Legions. Like I said, these have been the talk of the town for the last couple weeks. And if you have missed the initial in-stock sale for these, they are up for pre-order. So I did get my Mythic Legions Otho and Urzak in today. Legacies of Mythoss. And I wasn't familiar with Mythic Legion until like a couple years or so back. Like I've been seeing them around all the time. I move all these accessories out of my way. I would see them around and like, oh, these are really cool, but it wasn't really what I was collecting at the time. And of course, more if I get into the toy collecting community, watching all these other videos, like, you know what, I want to check these guys out myself. And, you know, I got my first few, and then it's kind of spiraling a little bit. Just a little bit. Not to a point where it's getting unmanageable, but I am making a trip to Legion's Con for a reason. Move Swig out of the way here. Trying to get all these things cleared so they're not in my way of my mouth so I can actually move stuff around. Actually, I might be able to. Where's my pin for this? Oh, I'll have to find it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to open up Urzak first, which is the Orc. It's kind of sad that this is not as clear of a camera. Of course, the glare from my light. So unlike other Mythic Legions, kind of like more of a deluxe type of box. Got all this beautiful artwork. You got his bio. I don't know how well that's coming in. It looks kind of blurry on my end. Got all this. If it comes in clearer, that'd be great. More artwork, and you got nice photo art. I believe that was done. Oh, let's say it. Let's see who does it say that was done by. Nate Barch. And photography is Trevor Williams and Bradley Treadaway. So that's cool. So these guys do amazing photos for Four Horsemen on a lot of their stuff. Again, let's go ahead and see here. Look at the bottom. Has your warning, choking hazard, all the fun stuff, all the legalese, all the LLCs, the websites. So yeah, if you're looking, go to storehorseman.com if you want to get this figure. Pre-order him and Orko. Those are open until October 5th. Like right before midnight, Eastern Standard Time, I think. So you guys have like a week, I think, left. If you want to get your hand on the pre-order. And the pre-orders are the exact same thing as what we got here. Yeah, I figured it didn't look blurry on the phone camera, but since it's not wired and it's on the network and the boys are probably new follower, yay! I mean, the only thing else I can figure to do is to go and try to switch to the other network, but I don't know how that's gonna, you know, that didn't do anything, did it? No. You can see it just helps any connection issues. So that's what my main concern is. Why I need to get a second. I need to get like a USB hub. First thing. Actually, I already think it's coming in a little bit clearer now. The swap to the 5G. You got this one tray that has its axe, his pauldrons, the neck piece, the shield. I think I said shield already, and the handle for the shield. That's in the back tray. Does that help any? It seems like it might have helped a little bit. I mean, it still looks kind of blurry. I don't think it looks as blurry. True test. Oh yeah, that already looks better. That looks better. You can actually somewhat read all those. Now, still kind of leggy thing going on. We got that tray on Urzak. Got a cool shield with a paint job on it. And of course, like I said, his other head just fell out of the tray. I think for now on, when I do my live streams, I'm going to start with this music up after my intro. This keeps me motivated. His third head popped out of the tray. Alright. So here we have Urzak. Yeah, that already looks better right there after it loaded up a little bit. Again, he's really, his head seems to step on him. There we go. He's got the ball joint with the hinge on the neck. Looks kind of odd. And I think Robo showed that on his when he was reviewing him. Yeah, that is really odd though. Love the paintwork. You can actually kind of tell. I don't know how well it's picking up on here, but the paint on the head's like he just shaved all his hair off. Like it's a buzz cut kind of. So you can see where the hairline is, I guess. Where he just has a really dirty top of his head. That's cool. I did not notice that in none of the other videos for him. But again, closer look at all this. Just look at that belt. That skull. Right there on the buckle of that belt. On that waist piece. That is so cool. Yeah, now I actually see what Robo was talking about too, about how it kind of sits up like that. The Fulgrim will fix that. Not bothering me too much. That storage right there in the back where you're hanging a shield there, or his axe, or something. Again, got some soft pieces. This is a little bit bendy. It's cool. He doesn't have any extra hands, so we don't have to go through that. Love the fur detailing. That's not real fur. That's kind of cool. Again, single jointed elbow, twist of the elbow, and rotation at the shoulders. I'm sure once the pauldrons go on, they will hinder it a little bit. I just really love the sculpt. Yeah. Yeah, I swapped the connection to the network to the 5G. So I just get a bit more bandwidth. So I mean, he looks. You can see a lot more detail now. Just have to make sure when I connect the phone back to the network when I do these, you see all that cool painted detail. If there was a way for me just to connect this directly to my computer, my phone, just use the camera that way, it'd be great. Look at all this. Again, single jointed knees, rotation at the knee, rotation actually at the boot, which is cool. Did Swig have it on the boot? I don't think he did. The no rotation at the glove, though. Just at the elbow. Again, only the one pair of hands. The right hand is a up-down hinge. Left hand is the in-out hinge. So you can hold his big cleaver sword aloft if you want it to. And not just spray with the sword and his other head. The one head, I have to go pick up now. Here's his really cool cleaver type sword. Look at that. How do you guys just do that? Like, really? How? Take that. I'm going to place that in this hand here. I can get it to loosen up a little bit. Just trying not to stress the thumb. I'm always worried about the thumb part on these hands. There we go. There. I mean, I see some cool customs with this guy already out there. With swapping parts with a whole bunch of different things. These are neat. Let's see if I can't pick up his other head real quick. I'm stepping on the tree. Oh. Alright, so let's go over some of the other parts in the main tray if I get this other head. So you got a really kind of mean sneering face that's on him. When you get it out of the package, you have this really kind of calm look. There we go. Look at all that wash. The wash is amazing. Bright yellow eyes. Look at that. And you can see where it sockets in. What's going on there? Getting a little hiccup again. There we go. But yeah, lets us come more like thinking head. I'll just really get it out of here. Really kind of pissed off look. Like he's going into battle full dry. Look at that. That's the amazing amount of detail on this guy. It is odd that that jaw is going to be brown though in that one picture. It's a separate piece, and I get why, because it's the inside of his mouth, so it's like it's a whole separate piece. So obviously you're not going to see it if it's kind of like this direction. God forbid you look up. The big old brown chin. That's really neat. Take a closer look. One of the pauldrons to take in. We have this really kind of spiky pauldrons here. I got them in the camera here. There we go. I just want to focus on the face of Urzok. Cool, and then they just plug into the back. You need to kind of move that around a little bit. Because I'm going the wrong end here. There we go. These have always been the hardest things for me on the Mythic Legion figure, getting these actually in these holes. Really tight. A real tight fit. And getting it to actually sit correctly. Like it is nowhere. There we go. A little bit more force into that. That's one pauldron. That one's going a bit easier. Here we got Urzok. This cool pauldrons on. I look like I got them in the right direction. I hope I put them on the right direction. Might like I put them on wrong. See, now I want to look at the box. Second guess myself. No, they're on right. I think. Yes, they are on correctly. It seems so odd. This cool big old axe here. Again, amazing detail, and it should, yep, come right off at the top, unplugged like that. So that's neat. I want to have a dual wield, a big old axe, and a big old sword. I could. Or I could just pop that in here on the back, like so. Maybe a type of flag to it or something. Yeah. The thing I've been really looking forward to, so I didn't even pull off the neck part, which I would have to pop the head off and the neck piece off. This part that goes on to his from his head, his neck. That should be easy enough because you see there's a little key there, back of his neck. He's got one head and neck piece off first. That is going to be a tough thing. Take that. It's very pliable plastic too, super soft. Plug that in there. Set that. Plug the neck back in, which should, if I can get it in there, yes. Should hold that in nice and tight. I'm going to put the war cry head on. There we go. Have a nice chin guard, face guard a little bit. More neck guard so he doesn't get his head decapitated while he's in the battle. Gotta have some protection. He's not wearing any helmet or anything like that. And it moves with him pretty well. I'm just trying to get him to stand again. But I still got to get the shield off. We've got Urzok menacing. And of course we have the really cool new shield design of his, I guess his faction. It's like it's really banged up metal. Again, Four Horsemen does amazing detail work. And it's got this new spot. I think there's the new, it doesn't come with this part yet. I think some of the newer figures that they announced a while back are gonna have those that you clip and actually put it on the wrist. He is not one of them. we just plug this handle into the same little port, and we can just hold on to the shield like normal. If I can get it in his hand. There we go. Let's see if I can get his. That just popped right off. A little nub. There we go. There we go. And you might want to stab somebody with it. Now we're going to belt. So sharp and pointy. It's huge, so you should be able to block every incoming projectile that come his way. Let's see if I can get him to move a little bit. Not my best posing, but you can't even see his face, so. Yeah, he's ready. But so that is the Mythic Legends Legends of Mythoss. Oh, I'm sorry, Legacies of Mythoss. I'm saying it wrong. The Legacies of Mythoss, Urzok. But that's not all of him. Obviously, we have another figure in this Wave 1. This is all of his parts. Pretty much everything is on him now, except for, obviously, his other heads. That's all he has. But we have another figure. Where did I sit down? Oh, we have the Valiant Knight, Orko. And again, I think the main reason what made me want to pick these guys up is because the first figure I purchased from, or pre-ordered from Four Horsemen was Legacies. He is supposed to be a servant of that faction, so I felt I needed to get him. Got the beautiful photography on the side. MythicLegions.com, SourceHorseman.com, and StoreHorseman.com. Again, if you're wanting to pick this guy or Orko up, they are up for pre-order on StoreHorseman.com. No quantity limit. You have till October 5th to pick up Orko. Put your pre-orders in for Orko and Urzok. This is not a paid. I paid my money for these. I am nowhere near big enough to get free things from anybody. And I don't plan on being. I like supporting these artists, these toy companies. I want them to continue to make really cool things. And they're not, any shortage. You got the kind of lion. I guess that's to be like their insignia or something. You got the back here again. Got the bio for Orko. Camera's freezing. No. And of course, you got all the other stuff. You got all the people who worked. Marketing of sales. All the painting and prototyping, fulfillment, everybody, package design, photography, so on and so forth. All that cool stuff. And again, all these. And I don't know, I think pre-order for these guys I don't think they're up on any other site as of right now. They're only up on Four Horsemen, StoreHorseman.com. Again, I'm not going to go through the little note that's in the box. Always remember these guys, they say make sure you're warming them up. You got Orko in the package. He's got some cool accessories. He's got 2 extra sets of hands in this tray here, so he has his kind of loose what kind of posable hands that are on them in the packaging. He has a pair of gripping hands. I want to say yes, but they look like they're both. He has two pair of gripping hands. So he has a pair of the left and right hinge and a pair of up and down hinge. So you got your lateral and you got your horizontal. And let's go ahead and put this guy out. No nipping required. Mythic Legion figures. And I think we still got like 3 more figures to unbox tonight, and we are at 2 hours and 6 minutes in. So again, thanks to everyone who's hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate it. Okay. We got Orko now himself. I have to hit buttons. Okay, I did not even go into my banner. I did not even switch. There we go. Orko. Our valiant general. I think he's a general. Is that what it said? Greatest warrior in the army of Legacies. Orko is the second in command to Lindor's team. It's dark, so I can't really see. I'm not gonna read it all. By second in command of the Legacies. If you hadn't seen that, he's like what, Rise of the Beast, I think it's what that. Oh, that's cool. Face shield goes down. Kind of looks like it's open a little bit. Got the teeth. Love how he did that. That is so cool. Now I believe these parts can come off, so you can take the face plate out to go into the additional helmet. Plus this hairpiece does remove. Or is it supposed to? Yeah, it's supposed to remove to go put on the back of the head. He's got a full soft goods tunic, which is wired here at the bottom. Nice, beautiful silver leg armor with a nice little gold or brass rivets. Like every bit, they've got the brown straps, the buckles, and the peg holes. The stitching is really nicely done on this guy. See, and that, as I talk, I turn around, the faceplate came off, and the top of the part of the helmet sandwiched that in. So. Put that back. Oh, well, maybe not. There are no additional face plates. Yeah, there are no additional face plates, just the one that you interchange with the other helmet if you don't like the big lion face plate. I'll just get that lined up. It just takes in like so. There we go. So yeah, there's that again. So now he's back. That is so cool. I really like that. Got the big strap here. It's kind of moved up over the spot. He's got a couple straps on him. Got the center strap. I'm more worried I'm going to snap that one. And then this thicker one that does have weapon storage kind of thing going on. Again, same kind of articulation. You got the hinge at the shoulder, and there are holes in the back of his tunic for the pauldrons to plug in, which I may have to move up a little bit. Everything should pop off pretty easy though. Again, just the detail work on this guy is cool. Every bit of this bottom half is all white. The front part of his tunic piece here, on the sides, around the way. There he is there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pop this other helmet off. And this is like more of a standard kind of knight helmet. Similar design, got the same kind of front piece here, but it's got the normal. See, just fell over anyway. Again, you just pop this part off, put the face plate in. You give yourself a different look.
If you wanted to army build this guy, you could always just keep the face shield shut. As far as I know, I believe no other faceplates will work. Many other figures would have faceplates. This is only particular for Otho. I believe. I could be wrong. There are other sources better than me that could tell you. But I'm pretty sure that's what I believe I heard. Again, I have no idea. Because I like looking at photos and not paying attention, I guess. Okay, so that's cool. That's nice how they're going to kind of do that. We have this really cool big sword here, which is what I'm probably... I don't know where I'm going to stow on the back. I think I'm going to stow this. This one I think I want to stow on the hip. I mean, he has two loops. So traditionally I would put the bigger one probably on the bigger loop around that and have it there, and the smaller sword and the other one. But one thing I didn't show is that, yeah, they do come out of the sheath. They are swords. Got that, it's got a little clip there. Really nice blue and gold silver design. Cool. A big sword out here. And get it to focus. Apparently I need to put you face down so you can't see your face, and I can get the sword. There we go. A nice line detail on the pommel. Look at that. You can see kind of like what's supposed to be like faux leather, but you know, just plastic. The sculpting of that on the hilt, on the guard. Nice little metallic paint with the jewel. I really like this sword. This sword's really cool. Oh, my body's starting to ache. Put that there. I'm just trying to get it to focus. I'm knocking over trays. Then put this. I'll put that in the other one. Yeah, that worked. There we go. He's got two swords on his hip. That's how I'm gonna have him anyway. But of course, if you don't want him with the helmet, you can always use his unhelmeted head. And that's where the dreadlocks would plug into, which is all you have to do. I believe we just go ahead and pop that off. That came off pretty easy. Now the dreadlocks, there we go. So not getting that in. One thing I'll tell you, like with Mythic Legions, when I got the Knights, that was a bit of a pain trying to get those like extra little ear parts or whatever on the helmet, like the horns. These things are just moving everywhere. There we go. Let's put that on. I'll probably have him displayed without the helmet on. I might take the faceplate out so I can with the mouth shut, so it looks like it's supposed to be empty, and you can just hold it. But look at that. I'm glad I switched the connection to this other camera. It looks so cool. I'm not sure how well it's showing with the paint on the face. There's a lot of really nice detail. Oh yeah, that's turning out a lot better. Notice that strap. Just kind of dangling down there. That's cool. Oh, I got his hand out now. So like I said before, he has this kind of posing hand in the box. I had to face away, although kind of walk away for a minute. But he has two pairs of gripping hands. He has, again, like I said, he's got a pair of gripping hands with up and down hinges. They just got them all mixed up. You got a left and a right. So you have your options with that. Again, very nicely done. Even all the little rivets are painted gold. Very faintly see it. And of course you got the in and out hinges, gripping hands. That's all for the first tray, but then you got the other tray, which has probably got some of the cooler parts in it. First off, we do have his pauldrons, which are very, again, nicely detailed with the gold paint on the rivets and on the trim. Now this is going to be probably a little bit more of a pain in the butt, only because trying to get to where the holes are at. Because it's covered with the fabric, so there's going to be a little bit of finagling just to get that in there without trying to damage the tunic at all. There we go, we got that one in. I'm trying not to knock them down. I'm trying to be able to do this and be able to see what I'm doing and watching. Now typically I would go ahead and I would actually have these straps going underneath. I have a feeling that's going to be in my way. I can't see this. All that. I'm just trying not to damage the tunic. There we go. So pauldrons are on. We have our knight, our heroic second in command of the army of Legacies. It is kind of odd that he's in blue, because Legacies is like red and gold. So I'm sure they have reasons for that. Next one I go. He's got that really cool sword, but I'm also known for having a cool battle axe before, which is, you know, that was part of the first Kickstarter for the original version. But I think this is so much better. I mean, jeez. Look at this thing. This thing is sick looking. Oh my god, look how shiny it is. Light reflects off. It's so nice. The gold, the kind of sapphire blue. Look how clean that is. Oh my god. Look at, oh my god. These guys. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't get that next strap. I probably can't. I'll have to maneuver all these straps again. I was gonna try to stow it on his back, but that's not gonna happen because I have to fix this how the straps are. For the last piece, besides that axe, I just lost the little handle. Look at the pieces. Look at the little handle. It's falling. Oh, the doors of live streaming. Let me get them. It flew right out of the tray. Now I can't seem to find it. I got that. Okay. So the coolest, one of the other cool parts besides that is, of course, his shield. Very nice silver. Gold is really nicely, neatly done. And I love the sculpt of the lion. That little bit of black wash in there. Again. But this is supposed to, yep. And it pops around real easy. If you don't want to use this, you have the standard little button cover on it. You want it more simple for like an army builder, those heavy generals. Have that. If you are going to army build this figure, I'm not. I don't have that kind of extra money. Again, is that cool? So go on. Cool. For the new piece that's supposed to be happening with the shield. I'm actually more surprised I got that on straight without even paying attention where that was at. Plug that in with the handle, and then stow it on that little slot on the back of the little belt here, which I might do once I can fix the belt and re-maneuver it so I can do so, because it's a little high up and I cannot get to it at the moment. And again, I don't have his gripping hands on, but he is a beautiful figure with a lot of beautiful accessories. You know, just, man, that axe. I didn't think I was gonna like this axe this much. Jeez. That's so cool. Okay, I'm focusing on the axe too much. Axe. So here we have, again, the Legacies of Mythoss, Otho, and Urzok. Yeah, I keep hitting the cable. I'm trying not to hit the cable for that. Urzok and Otho. Again, you can get these guys, pre-order them. You can't get them in, they're not in stock. If you missed out on that, I'm sorry. I was lucky to be able to get into it. So they sold out in like 4.5 hours, I think they said, the in-stock sale. But you have till October 5th to pre-order as many of these as you want. They're going to be made to order. Okay, so go to storehorseman.com. I have no codes or none. They are up for pre-order. You can get these. Everything I've shown is going to be with those figures. So, with that said, that is all of those figures, and we still have 3 more to unbox tonight. More Four Horsemen Studio figures, which is going to be the first painted versions of these figures of this line. This is because the other figures I have of this line are test shots that I got about, well, I guess it's been a month now, I guess. And I have a live stream of that. So you probably guess what these ones are. But these are from the Cosmic Legions. Let me go over to my other camera. Go ahead and kind of shrink this down a bit. So, get a drink because I'm getting a little. Excuse me. But again, Cosmic Legions. When I got the test shots in, so I thought these looked really cool, and I really like the test shots. Like, let me go get the main version of these figures, and so I did. So we got. Let me make sure I get to where I have it in my list here. We got Cosmic Legions, Connox Ball. Gonna have a test shot of this guy. When my camera. There we go. Love the photo there. And then there's side. These, you got his bio. I think that's his bio, right? Yeah. So it's a bit different. No, it's not his bio. This is like the story, I guess, of that world and that universe. But we're gonna put this guy over here. Again, I'm getting used, trying to get used to it. See, and I just extended. I did not want full screen. I knew there was a way to do that. I didn't want to go full screen, but somehow I hit the full screen button. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. Comments. But yeah, here we go. Connox. Ball. Bring that up. In his packaging. And again, this is like a lot like the Legacies of Mythoss. I think all all cosmic legions are like this kind of packaging. I could be wrong. But I have no idea. Hope that's all reading better. I keep getting notifications as I'm trying to do stuff. There we go. I think that might be a little bit better. But there we got the bio for him. I'm not going to read all that. If you can even get the show, because my camera's being funky. But there you go. You see him in the package. Got kind of a little side window there. You can see his other, or maybe you can't. Just have to back it out. Kind of see the other head portrait right there. Ugh, my girlfriend's gonna kill me. Yeah, she's watching. She can't see the floor. Alright, let's go and cut that open. Alright. This is my first time opening an actual Cosmic Legions figure. And he has a little baggie with an extra hose, or a hose attached to him. And again, you got the warning stuff. The inside is kind of nice spaceship kind of space. I don't know, warning space motif. And you got the same little paper. Make sure you heat up your joints. So yeah, all the other hoses are on the side here, and this little tiny tray that's taped on the inside of the main tray. And then we got little twisty ties, like all the other Mythic Legions figures. There's one across the body and one across the face. Oh, come on. So many twist ties. You all save your twist ties, or you get rid of them at a certain point. I know we got a lot. And I just save them. Now, underneath the little tunic. So, here's the main version of this figure. I have a test shot put away, all in gray, which is really cool, but he didn't have his little tunic on. This one already comes with it on him. Thank you for that. I did not want to have to pop his waist off to do that. But he's got a really cool purple, like a deep purple skin tone. Can't tell. I mean, it's got a lot of kind of dark wash around it. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera. The head's showing a little bit more. Maybe go ahead and focus. I like that this hose is already attached. On the test shot, I have attached this hose. So this is already on there. But we'll be able to just disconnect from here to attach the other head. This is mean, snarling face. Soft plastic there. Not so soft on that spike on his head though. Or the neck is. These little spikes here are pretty soft. Hang up around the belt. Waist area. Again, beautiful paint work on him. I love it. You guys seem to stand a little bit better than my test shot though. Maybe the leg is oriented better. It was a test shot after all, so it probably was before they tweaked it. That's supposed to be a paint issue or not. But he's really cool. He's got a big neck piece on. It covers a lot of that other joinery. I didn't realize that at first. I should have known because I had the test shot. This hose, I'm trying to remember what this hose attaches to. I know he's got so many pieces. And that's a smaller hose. I want to say it's supposed to plug into something, probably the one on this arm. Could be mistaken. Okay, we're going to get to him, but we haven't gotten to him, honey. And you can't have him. So it is tape, but it's also kind of. We are, I think, on the main plate itself, but not attached by the second piece is these. He has the gripping hands already on, and they look like they are both. The inside in and out hinges are this way. But then he has this one pair of hands. I think this is the other pair. There are gripping hands. So he has a kind of posing, kind of loose, clawing kind of hands again with the inside, left and right hinge. Trying to get this one part off of here. It is not letting it work for me. I would not suggest trying to do this in the dark. There's like egg on the tray. Let me see that, and tape down to keep it out. Coming out. I don't think I've seen anyone unbox this, but I haven't actually been looking. I call dibs. You call dibs before I bought it. Doesn't mean you get it. Okay. Still my figures. Oh, there's another one. They really secured this thing in here. This other tray. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. Oh, shit. Yeah, there we go. How much more tape I have on it. There we go. Okay. We've got 3 hoses. We got this hose, which I don't know where they connect. Again, there's no instructions. Got this other hose here. And if I get the focus, there you go. It should be easy. They only plug in a certain way. So it should be easy to figure it out. They're all kind of keyed a bit differently. Like the other hoses. Now, he only comes with one pommel, or shoulder armor, however you want to call it. If I can just get it out of the package. That is only to cover his left arm, nothing for his right, or his left shoulder. That goes on to here, so I put that on him. Nice, because this part's covering up the other one. I'll work that in there. This shoulder armor on this gruesome looking, really intimidating alien creature. You think with all this tech on him, he had guns, but no, he didn't have them. He didn't have guns. He's got a really big, spiky mace. It's got this kind of nice gunmetal on this handle there. That's a strap looking thing. And yes, it does come off of there if I was so inclined to pop that off. But then here's his other head sculpt. More subdued. Look at that wash. This kind of silvery wash on that purple. That blue lens on there really pops. Can't tell if that's just paint. It has to be just paint. You got this nice red eye there. You can see where that plugs in to the hose on the side of his head there. So that's really cool. Let's see if I can't figure out how these hoses go on. But I know I figured it out before. But I know one plugs in. One's going to plug in from here to... You know what? Now I don't know. That's so many hoses. Yeah, this just came unplugged from the backpack. But one of these hoses is supposed to plug into this. I want to say it's this one. Yeah, this plugs into here. Yep, like so. And then that should plug into this. Yes, it is keyed for that. So that plugs into there, which means this plugs in to the forearm and this end here. So this should go here, I believe. I get it turned right. Yeah. I want to say that goes. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. I keep knocking my camera. But this should plug into the wrist gauntlet. Okay. Let's see. But that's not the end. I don't know. So I got the rounded bit. This has to be the one that plugs in that side then, right? Yes. And then this would plug in. Should. Yeah, there we go. So now we have his hoses all connected. So we have Onyx all his alien glow. But there's still this one other hose. I have a third hose. A smaller hose. I think I know where it goes. Yes, I believe this goes into his leg. Because there's a spot right here on the back of his leg. And now I don't know if that's where this was supposed to go. That was supposed to go down to here. Now I think that's where this is supposed to go. Is this way? Then, oh, now I know. Why I messed it up. See, now I realize when I do it. This goes here. One of these goes somewhere. This one goes in the leg. This goes to go there. Yep, and that plugs into there. Okay, so for some odd reason I was thinking that was going in there, and then I realized there is a port on the pommel for this other hose. I should have remembered this from the test shot. The test shot came with all these hoses, but they don't fit in nearly as tight. So this would go into his wrist here. Let's put this part in reverse. That plugs into there. And that should plug in. Like so. The hard part is, you know, there's not a lot of give. So, I'll make sure I got these turned right. So yeah, that should be it. So there he is. He got all of his hoses all connected. So this guy's pretty cool. I like the kind of shimmering metallic on this waist bit. Articulation seems to be very similar. There is, you know, the waist obviously, which is not moving right. I have to heat him up really good because he's not wanting to move all that well. Hoses do come off real easy. Single jointed elbows. No bicep swivel. But there is single joint hinge. Yeah, no bicep swivel. Did the test shot not have a bicep swivel? I don't know how I didn't realize it. But yeah, he has no upper arm articulation except for at the shoulder with the hinge in the full rotation. You do have your rotation at the elbow with the single jointed hinge and rotation at the wrist. He does have a ball joint at the thighs. He does have a slight thigh cut, single jointed knee with rotation at the knee, ankle tilt. Same with the robotic leg. And they need to be heated up so they can actually move a bit better. But I just love the overall design of this character. That's why I decided to pick him up. And I just have to figure out where these guys are going to display. They don't really look all that good. I mean, you could kind of throw him in. But he is an alien, so I don't know how I would retell with him and the Mythic Legion guys. Okay, so that's Karnak's ball. Big old massive mace. So I was afraid to try to have a test shot with this weapon. And, really afraid to put these in their hands. Just need to heat up those hands to loosen them up because I don't want to stress the plastic. I don't want to break the fingers off. That's Karnak's ball. And next, the next Cosmic Legion guy, which my girlfriend lovingly calls the Predator cousin because of the test shot of this version that I got. And that is, where is he at? There it is. Novum Lin? Lean? We got here. I love the kind of like the artwork here. It's like he's like a hologram, kind of like via Star Wars. But you know, he's not really the same color as a Predator, but his mouth on his alternate head really kind of makes my girlfriend think he's Predator cousin. He doesn't have the big mandibles though on his face. Box art. He got his bio. Again, I'm not going to pause this or anything. You all can pause. I'm not going to read it all out. And as far as I know, all three of these guys I got, of course, I didn't even go over the back of the other box. It was all the current stuff. This isn't even the current stuff. This was when this guy came out. This was all the current things for Cosmic Legions you could get. Build your legions. Because Mythic Legions only goes by whatever that wave. There's a few other figures I wouldn't mind picking up. I've been debating about these two up here. You can't see. Yeah, these two. I'm not sure how well that's going to pick up. It looks clear on this end of the camera here, but not so much on the main thing. Maybe her too. I don't really care much about the big bug guys. You know, they do look cool, but I wouldn't mind another dragon. You know, it's alien dragon this time. And this guy had parts you could get to make him like an orange dragon guy, so yeah, very. Of course, they got their man-at-arms, kind of inspired homage figure. As much as I would love to get into the MOTU inspired designs, it's like I think that's what a lot of people go for. I don't care for it that much. I mean, I love Masters of the Universe and all. It's not my priority of my collection. So that's still, well, it was Power Rangers. Still technically is Power Rangers. Again, got all that fine work. Got the legalese, the barcode. Got all this down here at the bottom. Everyone who worked on said figure or figure line. Again, got the same kind of spaceship hull kind of design in your sleeve. No little baggie in the bottom of this one. But the note is stuck. A little note about heating up the figure. Okay. So here we have our boy. You can kind of see that's what the head chief says, predator cousin. Well, I was actually kind of surprised when I, after looking at the test shot and then like going back and looking at the figure again, like, oh, that's the figure. I didn't realize he was gonna be green at first, but like it's still cool. It looks good. Again, Four Horsemen does an amazing job on their paint work. I mean, they got to give these paint masters to the company, the warehouse, the factories to build these things and paint them, and they do an amazing job. Kudos to everyone that works on these things. These are the ones that pop out. So here we got our, as my girlfriend affectionately calls, the predator cousin. I have to get a really close look. I keep knocking the camera, stop knocking the camera. Okay. Got these bright yellow eyes. Again, a very nice detailed wash. Yep, and yep, he is beautiful, yes. There's one complaint. I wish this part plugged in somewhere instead of just resting like that, though. But it's got a nice wash, really nice clean paint. I love what they did with the fabric. Well, like what's supposed to be fabric. Obviously, it's not, it's just molded plastic, but you know, the buckles. I do kind of wish it. I mean, obviously the dome, a glass dome wouldn't, or you know, plexiglass or whatever, wouldn't really work with how this head is. Because it really protrudes over this thing. So I don't know what real use that actually has on it. So again, he has the same kind of articulation. You got a ball joint. I think it's a double ball bell here at the waist. Look at that movement. Look at that range. Get that off. There we go. Range is just amazing on that waist. Got this loose belt here, obviously. You got the shoulders go up to here, as far as that will go. Full rotation. Single jointed elbow again. Rotation at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. So that plugs in. The nice paint detail on the gloves. The rivets. Weathering on that. Little gauntlet piece here. Separate non-technical glove, I guess. Belt with the buckles and the straps. All the little green straps are painted. You got like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like tools or something. Or maybe it's like maybe like a pair of binoculars or something, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, some kind of thing. He's really neat looking. And as for the rest of the stuff, that is pauldrons, because what Four Horsemen figure is it without them? Which is going to be hard to put on with this part already on, so we would have to pop off the head first in order to access the holes in the back. That would kind of go on sort of like that, do everything underneath. So we could attempt to see that pop right off. Take that off. Let's take that on here. And see if I can't get these on better than I could try. Because I couldn't get these on the test shots for whatever reason. I'll say it's about as hard to get these ones on as it was for the test shot. Not like that super deep either. So there's one on, so we can't get the left one on. And these are really nicely painted too. And I just flamed it across the room. And I keep knocking my camera. There we go. Try that again, see if I can't get this. What is it with this one? I think it was the same one on the test shot I had issues with this left one not wanting to work. I'm always worried. That's why I don't put that. I'm worried about that tail. I'm gonna plug it into those bodies, like the cat tail or the demon tail. It's gonna get stuck. And yeah, I can't even get it in all the way. That's what she said. Ha ha ha, you got joke. Oh, thank you, brother. Thanks for showing up, man. What's wrong? I can't watch the live for long, but I will leave a like. Oh, cool, man. I really appreciate it. It's nice seeing a new face popping up. I try to be entertaining. I really do. Love seeing new people pop. Alright, so we got that part on. Just get this. We can't get this piece back on. Yeah, there we go. There. Now it's better. I think that looks better. That kind of like lines up a little bit with the armor there. Just a little bit. Okay, what do I do with this tray? I was fighting to get that stuff off. There, down and forgot where I laid the tray at. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. I'm gonna set it somewhere close. Alright, there's probably one thing I'm not gonna take out of this tray as of right now. Alright, man. Thanks for hanging out a little bit, human tornado. 9. And he just fell over. Ah. Again, all the same articulation as all the other figures. I think I might have like bypassed some of it though. Again, legs are the same. Pop and swap ability, like all Mythic Legions. Oh, where did my knife go? I can get this other tray out. So yeah, again, I mean, it shouldn't have to be said. If you do like what I make, what content I come up with, the live streams, leave a like, leave a comment in the replay. It really helps out the channel, helps me grow a little bit. I mean, I'm not trying to make anything big of this. I don't think any toy tuber is getting rich off of doing this kind of content. But it's something I just wanted to, you know, be a part and share my thoughts. Hang out with all the cool people. So here we got, as I talk, as I pull out his other accessories, he does have a few extra hands. There's a lot of extra weapon pieces too. He has a pair of the grip, well, loose grip hands are on him. He's got a pair of trigger hands for both left and right. Or wait, are these both right? Oh, they're both left. They're left and right. So here's your left trigger hand. You got a right trigger hand. There we go. Try that again. There we go. Now it's focused. Again, really beautiful paintwork washed on the hands. And he does have a pair of fists. So we got 3 total pairs of hands. Here's his fist, left and right. I hope I didn't drop it. Nothing. You got his hands. And the only thing I'm going to take up, I'm afraid I'm going to lose them, are these little semi-translucent little pegs that are supposed to be used to hold the weapons into place, kind of simulate magnets. Goes into these peg holes here that are on his gloves and on his waist, and also there's one on the back. Even though there are only 4 of those pegs, which makes sense because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. So yeah, 1 for every one. And he fell over again. So I need to fix his ankle. One of his ankles is kind of weird. There we go. So I'm not going to take those out right now because I don't want to risk losing them. But as for the rest of his accessories, he have 1 extra head sculpt, which is what my girlfriend likes to consider him as the Predator cousin. And just look at that sculpt. I mean, the paint on the bones that are protruding from his head, scale work, just all that intricate sculpted detail. Bright yellow eyes, the red tongue, and the mouth. Kind of cybernetic part there near the jaw. If my girlfriend had this figure, this is probably the head she would use all the time. Because this thing is vicious. Alright. And for his rest of his accessories, like I said, he has 4 pegs, but he only has 3 guns. He does have this one little piece that I will probably go ahead and just put on this wrist. I believe it's where it goes, and it's going to look like a knife or something. That's this little thing here. It's kind of bent. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. It's really soft, rubbery plastic. I think I need to heat that up and reshape it. So that's what we can plug in. Your wrists here. I think it's supposed to be like a knife or something. What you say? The painted one I like, the screaming face better, and yes, I would. Just having a hard time getting him to stand out. His ankles aren't really loose. His waist is what got all that extra movement. I'm having a hard time getting him to balance. He does have a thigh swivel. I don't think I mentioned that. He does have, you know, the rotation at the knee. The test shot gray one I like. The other face better. You see, like the more stoic face on the gray test shot better than you do. So you like the screaming one better on this green color one. Okay. Let's see if I can get these guns. Yes, he has pew-pews, blasters. And this is what these get it to pop out. He's got 2 sidearms and he's got an assault rifle. Now, like I said, it comes with 4 of those little translucent pegs. So here's this assault rifle. And it's very nicely painted. Get that back into focus. Look at that. Look at that detail. All that distress. And you can see where that little translucent peg would plug into on the rifle. This I would probably expect you to plug it in here on the belt. Kind of hang in here maybe somehow. Or you can put it on the side. Make more sense on this side than anywhere else. But then he has 2 sidearms that are practically identical, except for the holes are on opposite sides. So one would go on his right hip, the one would go on his left hip. So that is our Novum. No Venom? No Venom? Wow.
Lynn. Again, I am terrible at pronunciations when it comes to these made up names for these creatures. But he's really cool though. I really do like him. You know what? We're gonna put the really screamy head on. There we go. All he's missing is pupils. But he doesn't need pupils, he's an alien. Got those mystique yellow eyes. Alright, so we have one more figure, one more Cosmic Legion. And the only reason why I got this figure is because of, again, that Predator cousin head sculpt that my girlfriend likes so much. So now we have the last figure to open tonight on Let's Open Some Toys Live. Cosmic Legion TU5CC Experiment CC24. Again, it's got that screaming head that we have on Novum Lynn. So he's got more cybernetics, different body, different color. It's not picking up all that well right now. Getting a bit of lag on that camera. Maybe I need to make my light static and not fluctuate behind it. Maybe that will help it. There we go. We'll make it space green. Oh, better yet, let's make it purple to match the box. There we go. How about that? We'll do that. So here we have his bio. Yeah, it looks a little bit blurry. But still. Popping up. I don't want to pop up. See, we've got a nice little hidden artwork behind the words there. I think that's supposed to be this faction, which is this little design up here in the corner. So this Cosmic Legions has got all these different factions. You got the outer window here. You can see a separate head sculpt, totally different. I could have got the second one and had two totally different characters. Again, and here's all the lists. Had a few more figures because it has him on here, and I believe that was the Joe Lanta figure, or at least when they based the Joe Lanta figure on. I can't remember. It looks like the Joe Lanta one, but I think that one was an alien in face-wise. But I think it's the same body. Again, I'm not an expert. If Robo don't know, Larry don't know at all. Oh, Robo knows a lot more than I do. And he's really new to it. I mean, I'm new. But he's better. Out. Insane out. Now his inside galactic space theme on the inside of his packaging. That sleeve, which is really cool. Definitely differentiates itself from the other two. You can hear the boxes clap. Oh, no glasses. There we have him. Better look at him. So in the tray. Look at that. Just in this tray. Let's go ahead and untwist him and get him free from his prison. And he actually looks like he has a couple of poses as well. We'll see how that connects. But this guy actually has feet options. He's got so many hands. He's got... Jeez, how many pairs of hands does this guy need? Come on, get out of there. There we go. Alright. So here we got our TUS TU5CC Experiment CC24 out of the package. It's got these really interesting legs, got really kind of shimmery gunmetal paint around these other parts of the armor bits or robotic bits. It's got plugs for hoses right here on the ribs. I love this one. Yeah, I think this thing goes to pop out too, but I could be mistaken. Got a nice little bit of purple. I don't know if I think I might like this paint scheme for this head better than the green. This is more that kind of Predator, look, in my opinion. You got the neck, a little bit of plastic shaving bits on that. I was horn there. I had to clean that up. But yeah, he's got the beady green eyes instead of the yellow. The arms are cool. These kind of gloved, more mandible kind of hands. So these are different hands compared to our. You only got these 3-fingered hands, 2-fingered thumb. That comes in the package on the body. But he does have some 5-fingered hands as well. But he only has one other. Looks like only one pair of trigger hands of those type of hands in the tray, which you can't see from here. Paintwork is amazing. See how he moves. Does not move as well around the waist, it looks like, as the Rex figure. Doesn't have all that rotation. Head moves real good, though. This is a separate piece. I think it should pop off. I'm ready to attempt to right now. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it plugs into all those holes. At least the center hole, anyway. So he's one of. He does. Does he look looking? He does have. Alright. On middle. Really kind of like this look for him. So he does have really tight joints at the moment. Called them Predator cousins for a reason. Well, this one looks more like the Predator, comparatively speaking. Now, it doesn't have the dreadlocks. It's got these bone protrusions out of its head. Single jointed knee, but the knee goes back pretty decent. In rotation at the knee. It does have a thigh swivel. Kicks out. It's forward. Doesn't kick back all up. But does block it, single jointed elbow, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, peg, inside out hinge on the standard gripping hands. You got the ankle rocker, obviously, and hinge here. I really like this backpack piece. I just love the wet paint job on these guys so much. A little bit distressing on the armor or cybernetic parts as it might be. Does this part pop off? I want to say it's supposed to, but I don't have an extra one in here that I saw. But he comes with, let's back him up a little bit, go over some of the other accessories. He does come with an extra neck for the opposite head. I'm not sure if it will work with this head too, but it might. So yeah, different neck with ball peg. So we can pop that off and test that out. I mean, it looks like it will fit on there. It's the right color. So if you wanted a more of a reptilian neck, it's the kind of armored, but the neck does not seem to want to come off all that easy right now. So I will do that at a later time after I've gotten it heated up.
he stands pretty good. Let's see what else. So he has these cool looking wrist blades. It looks like they just plug in. Yeah, they'll just plug in right here. Go ahead and patch this. I'm kind of afraid to plug them in there because I don't want to scrape the copper paint. Yeah. That's definitely a cool look. Now, I guess you could have it either direction, but I think it works better with the longer part outward. You always rotate it around if you want. Your toys, play with them the way you want. Yeah, but you're trying to stabby stab. You know, obviously you gotta move your wrist down a little bit. You go hack and slash. Yeah, I like those. But as I said, he has a bunch of extra pieces. First of all, being besides the swappable parts, which is the first for this for any figure I've gotten so far, is feet. He's got different feet. If you don't want these, you know, kind of toed type of feet, you just get like the standard kind of more looking, you know, or I guess terrestrial looking foot. I couldn't tell you which one's left or right. Normally they have a mark somehow. I mean, you should be able to figure it out, right? It shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah, so he has different feet. I'm not going to attempt to unplug the original feet. We'll check that out yet, but he does have a pair of trigger hands based on the hands he already has. That's the only other set of hands for the base hands. And he does not come with a palm version of this head, he just has that screaming one. But he has one, two, three, 4 pairs of the other hands. Before I get to that, here's the bag here. A couple hoses that will plug in. I want to say it's supposed to plug in. I don't know. I don't see a port except for on the rib. I'm not sure where else it's supposed to plug in at. I don't see any other place at the moment where these hoses would plug into. We will kind of go over that at some point. We just have one big alien gun. Again, I gotta cut all these off. Oh, come on now. I probably could like switch the other camera. At least bring up the 2 camera again. As I'm over here struggling to cut this off. Eventually I'll get better at this. I swear. I promise I will. Oh, it doesn't work. Yep, there it is. There's tape in there somewhere. I think some people want to see my beautiful face. Some people. What do I got there? What's my highlighting stuff? I don't need to highlight anything. That's weird. I'm trying to get this other tray out. There we go. Oh, what's this part too? I think this is supposed to cover on the back of the neck somewhere. I took off the other armor piece. I think that's what this is for. Right? I don't know. Find out here in a minute. That just kind of popped off that other tray. So I haven't pulled all the other hands out. There's so many hands. But there's this other head. Here's his ultimate head. Let's go ahead and put that screen back up. With the multi-eye. multi-faded. I love the browns and greens. Oh, and a little bit of gray. And all that wash work, man. This really cool. That will still work with that skin tone, but this is the most vicious looking thing. This seems like more of a thinker, strategist compared to this brutish. But, looks can be deceiving. Your mind control, your fantasy, your action figures, your stories. Again, it's quote Robo. Have fun, right? Got this really massive alien cannon. Probably an assault rifle. Very angular. The paintwork's really cool. Yeah, I like the kind of bony look of it too. Kind of very jaggedy. Put that there. He does have one other weapon. So he only has 2 weapons yet. Well, technically 4 if you count the blades on his wrist right now. But he also has this nice dagger. Big old hunting knife, as I like to call it. Look at that. Very nice silver paint, and I think that's like, it's not gunmetal. It's kind of a blue metallic. And of course, he does have a pair of almost. Which are like the other ones that were on the other figure, just painted in green, gunmetal, and purple, like a military green, and some silver. So you got your left one, and you got your right one. And obviously that's not going to go on with this big pack on. So let's see if I can pull that off. Now, I'm still not sure. Well, that's not one to come off for me. I'm starting to get some wiggle now. I'm starting to finally get some wiggle around that waist. A little bit. But I'm not going to pop all these out, but here's all the rest of the hands. You've got 2 pairs of trigger hands, like vertical and horizontal hinges, and 2 pairs of gripping hands, both also a vertical and gripping hinges. So that's cool. Just for this ungloved, 5-finger hands. I'm trying to get this neck part off. I'm not going to have a hair dryer out and do this live and kind of pop it out. I'm trying to think of what this piece is supposed to plug into. And it doesn't make much sense, except for somewhere on the back of the neck somewhere. I don't see any place that this is supposed to plug in at. Unless, hang on. Unless it's a waist thing. It's a waist thing. So, yeah, okay, so that's what it is. It goes, you can see under here, there's a spot. So that, if you take this belt off and you don't want to use this belt, we just plug that in there. That goes into there. So that's cool. Again, change the look. Let's see, now I got more range. Just messing around with it. Got that ball joint really to work. But it's got a bit more range, but not so much side to side. I still am just really confused about what I just dropped. Okay. Good thing that was shut. That would have really hurt. So, I keep knocking my camera. You know, I'm not supposed to see the door. So you get the neck part. A bit of a pain to get off. So I can use that other neck. really. There we go. There we go. I get it to actually pop off. I get it to turn. There we go. That would go. It's really so odd looking. Pop that in. Because it doesn't seem like it would work all that well, especially with this piece on. Or maybe it'll work even better. It would like cover up that whole section. I would love to see if I can't get the pommels to work. I always want to do this off camera. I'm really trying. These things are always a struggle. Maybe I'll just do that on a later date and just have photos with these when I finally figure out what I'm doing with all this. That can go here. Well, more elongated neck. And then that can go back on. There we go. Yeah, see that works better with that. A little bit, got a little bit of out. I guess if you really want more of a taller neck on them, you could use that for that one, even if it's not sitting flush right now. You make it more kind of, really kind of vicious looking. Or use this up head, which I think is probably what more designed is this one. But again, customize the way you want. This is not plugging in all that well, unfortunately, because again, we need to heat these up. It's actually really hard to do it around the camera. Trying to. There we go. Nope. There we go. Now it's on. Very tight. Yeah. So again, mess around, play with these guys how you want. Again, I still don't understand where these other hoses are supposed to plug into, though. There's the back of these two hoses. And the gun does not have a place to plug it into, so it doesn't like attach to that. I just don't see any other ports. Am I just not noticing it? Because those are the only ports I see. But anyway. So that is it for tonight, guys. We are 3.5 hours in. Where am I at? There we are. Gotta remember how to mess with this thing. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight on Let's Open Some Toys. We opened up a lot of action figures tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed the show, enjoyed me going through them, and struggling with a few of these parts and pieces, and also me being a little bit congested, having a hard time with the pronunciation of some of these names. I've always had problems with that. And yes, this is my soda of choice. Well, the cherry one, but anyway, again, thanks for joining me tonight and hanging out as I was opening all these cool different lines of figures. This guy, it's cool. I go over everybody that I can at least a little bit from every line. Where's my other guys? Especially these guys. We got our Otho and our These are gonna look amazing on my Legends
cabinet shelf. Well, technically cabinet because it's one cabinet, not a whole cabinet, just one space in the cabinet. It's a small space, but I'm moving everything around. I'm trying to reorganize everything. And this cool guy as well, or Swig, 1,000 Swigs. The parts like flying everywhere. You know, more ThunderCats. But anyway, again, I keep like expanding on this. Again, thanks for everyone for watching. Hope everyone had a fun night. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your weekend. I know it is like 11:31 Eastern right now. But with that being said, you all have a good night, and I will see you all next week. And I promise we will get back to the build. I don't know if I want to do them Saturday or not. I'm still trying to figure out and make a concrete schedule to do all these, but probably just kind of switch back and forth on Saturday night between opening actual action figures and building this model kit. Hopefully we won't have to do one more of the build. The way I do things, it might take 3. But we do have other stuff to open. I do, and I keep saying I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. I'm going to get these shorts back up for the superpower figures, for the little figures, and other figures. Maybe I'll do some shorts with these guys, just the posing and stuff. I do not have a turntable thing for them, so they're not getting any of that. But I'll do my best, and we'll see you again. Oh, hang on. Before I close out, if you like what I do here, like the lives, like my shorts, think about subscribing, hit that like button, leave a comment if you're watching this on the replay, and, you know, help get the channel to grow, you know. And for all those who are Legions collectors, me and my girlfriend Chaos, we'll see you at Legions Con. We will be there. We'll be hanging out for both days. Not sure if we're gonna make it for the Friday thing. The little Friday live stream they're doing at the hotel. We're going to try because I'm not off that Thursday, so it's a long drive from northern Kentucky. So anyway, again, we will see you then on weekend of November 7th through technically it's on the 8th and 9th, but they have the thing on the 7th. But I will see you guys that weekend in Chaos. But until then, we will see you next week for another live stream. Let's build some toys. We're continuing the Gundam kit. But again, thanks for watching. We'll have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I've been dragging this out for too long. Good night, everyone.